watching your local television network, TSPN, and now back to our sports show and the game of the week. And this week, the Amador Buffaloes take on the Calaveras Redskins at Calaveras with TSPN sportscasters Jim Vinciguerra and Frank Halverson. And on camera is TSPN's cameraman, Tommy Fox. And now back to the game of the week, the Amador Buffaloes and the Calaveras Redskins on TSPN's Our Sports Show.
Okay, we're back with the coin toss, folks, out in the middle of the field. Captains for tonight's game for the Calaveras Redskins. Number 76, Mason Farnham. Number 64, Stephen Brookshire. Number 44, the running back, Connor Hamilton. And 21, Kirk Overly. And for the Buffs tonight, 69, TJ Sweet. 53, Owen Iniguez. And 44, Logan Collins.
Calaveras won the toss, so they will be receiving. Because I guarantee if Amador won the toss, they'd be deferring.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
Reminder, the first quarter game of the week, your overall sponsor is locally owned and operated Jackson Tire Service, your headquarters for tires, wheels, brakes, shocks, struts, wheel alignments, mufflers, and more. Jackson Tire, 801 South Highway 49 in Jackson and Highway 88 right in the middle of downtown Pine Grove. Give the Barbero family a call, our major sponsor for this, the game of the week in its 26th year. All right.
At the Calaveras marching band going to do the national anthem.
Back out. Yep. So Calaveras will be receiving. Amador kicking off in the first quarter here. Keep your eye on number 34 if we can find him out there. He's their leading kickoff return artist. J.J. Gonzalez with a 20-yard plus average per return.
All right, I'm back. I needed to
got some taped all up.
Well, I had to do a little housekeeping there.
Well, we're in the skybox tonight, folks, so you ought to have a good view of everything like we do.
Well, we're adjusting on the fly. Now I know how Krupp and Kipe, when they went to Washington, they were at the highest point in the stadium. Well, that's where we are. We're at the highest point in the stadium.
And I give J.J. Gonzalez a big run in here. He's their best kickoff returner, and number 6 is deep, so that's going to be Arvizu.
Tona?
Let's call him Arvizu.
Tone Arvizu. Well, Griffin will be kicking off for Amador. We know that.
7, yeah. Heck of a JV game down to the final seconds, Frank. And
holy mackerel.
Amador came out on top 28-25, and Calaveras had one desperate attempt into the end zone, and it was no good, and they wound up winning.
And, both Calaveras and Amador They both lost the Sonora JVs, but both of them were very, very close games. So bodes well for the future for both these.
Whoa.
Good kickoff all the way to the end zone. Is going to be a touchback.
Brought back to the 20.
Griffin just drilled that one.
That was a line drive, not up in the air.
Arvizu was not expecting that, and probably from watching the films, because, you know, in the games we've done, they've been doing a lot of pooch kicks, a lot of short kicks, sideline type of kicks, and that time Griffin just drilled it right out of the end zone.
All right, let's see what we got here. Moore is in the backfield along with Hamilton, double wides to the right, and Bird at quarterback. Excellent move by that up defensive lineman, number 53.
That's Big O.
The Big O, the captain tonight, Iniquis. So loss of about 2 on the play. That was Cameron Moore with the ball.
Wow, and the one thing, if Amador's defense, they've really been playing well. They need to play assignment football. Everybody needs to stay in their lanes and not let Hamilton get around the end. 2nd and 12.
Hamilton,
hand off to Hamilton
right side.
again.
Hand off this time.
Not much, maybe 3 or 4, brings up a 3rd and long.
Kind of a misdirection play. They sent everybody coming this side and gave it to Hamilton back over on the right side, and it gained about 4 yards on the play, but it'll set up 3rd down and 8. This game is going to be about down and distance and clock management for both these teams. Of course, the turnover battle is always the most important thing in these big
Bird
games.
To pass.
Bird wants to throw. Oh, intercepted! That's a pick 6.
Number 4 is taken into
That's
the house.
Robbie Hahn.
On the left flat, intended for 84. Intercepted and into the end zone.
We just heard it announced earlier. It's his 16th birthday, and Hahn just took a gift from Bird, just an absolute birthday present. Said, "Here, I'll light a candle, put it on top of the cake, and let you take it home," for an easy return for a touchdown. Wow.
All right, Griffin for the PAT.
You know, I talked at the beginning of the game that Bird has a tendency to do that, and I don't know if he expected his receiver to turn out a little bit, and receiver kept going, and he threw it right to Hahn.
And the PAT is good. 7 on the board
Amador Buffalo 7
for the Buffs.
That is not how the Redskins envisioned this game starting.
Same thing happened last week in the big game. First time the Buffs touched the ball, score.
Yep.
First time they touch it tonight, interception and score.
Oh, the game last week, it was 20-0 before we hardly started.
We couldn't do any commercials.
For the girls soccer program.
So just like that, Amador takes a 7-0 lead on the Hahn interception.
Hot chocolate and all kinds of goodies. That's at the north end. And right underneath my
Jackson
booth
Rancheria Band of Miwok Indians has embarked on a major effort to upgrade every single park and ball field in Amador County. Currently under construction, the Chauncey Indian Grinding Rock State Park and the Jackson City Cemetery in Jackson. The Amador County Park Restoration Project needs your help. For information on sponsoring or volunteering, give them a call. That number is 223-8405. All right, here we go again.
About 1:10 into the game, and all of a sudden we've got a score. Holy Toledo.
Going to get a return on this one, Frank. Avizo.
Oh, going to be a reverse.
Oh,
they
dropped
tried to do a double reverse, and it was fumbled.
And who's got it? Give us a clue here.
Well,
Like,
I think Calaveras got it back, but what happened, Azuzu gave it off to Crenshaw on the end around, and he tried to give it to Hamilton coming back the other side, and he just couldn't get a hold of it. Hamilton never got the ball. The ball goes on the ground. Calaveras lucky to fall on that. They're going to take over 1st and 10 from their 10-yard line. That double reverse is a whole lot of handling of the football, and I'm going to tell you what, I don't know how many times you do it clean in practice, but in a game,
it's a different
not
situation.
very often. That looks like number 7 was Crenshaw. You know, Crenshaw wanted to take it around this left side, Jim, and Amador did a good job sealing off that end. Crenshaw did a nice job trying to peel it up inside. That's the only chance he had for a gain. Picked up about 3 where it's going to be 2nd and 7.
All right, double splits, close side of the field here to us. This is Hamilton. Short gain off of the right side.
Maybe 2. Looks like they're going to spot it right on the 15-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Anik was in on the stop again.
You know, we've seen big number 53, the senior captain, really has played strong in the second half of the season. The last 3rd and long was not kind to the Redskins. Let's see what Bird's got in mind now.
From the shotgun.
He's looking the same side.
Over through Hamilton.
Yeah, you know, there again, it just looks like there's confusion between the receiver and the quarterback. You know, Hamilton curled up that time. Bird looked like he wanted him to take it out. The other receiver went in. The first time, he thought he was going to sit down in that zone, and he didn't. That's where he threw the pick. Confusion on both those pass plays so far.
All right, back deep, number 8, Grunwald.
So 3 and out. Amador is going to get good field position.
Jason Stokelin is the punter. Ooh, high snap. Barely.
A shank.
That's a bad.
That looked like one of my golf shots. That was a hosel
One
rocket.
of them looked like every one of them. Just not one of them. I tell you, Amador's got some excellent field position inside the 30-yard line.
That was what you call a hosel rocket.
Hey.
Well, that ball's going to be about at the 29-yard line, so great field position for Amador for their first offensive possession of the game.
First offensive play.
And you're going to see a lot of Littlefield and a lot of Collins here coming right out, I'm going to guess. Littlefield was out last week, but Madras did a great job filling in, over 100 yards for Madras and 149 yards for Collins on the game. Both of them had 2 touchdowns. That was Collins.
I don't see Littlefield. 21 isn't in there, I don't think. They got Madras.
Well, he's suited up. I'm assuming he's eligible to play because he's suited up. He was not even suited up last week.
Yeah. Anyway, gain of about 2, 2nd and 8 for the Buffs right here.
As far as I'm concerned, that's a good job by Coach Baker.
Williams out, split to the right side.
Williams back. He was hurt last week. Got hurt in the Sonora game. Oh, he's got the outside corner.
Bye-bye.
Collins inside the 5, knocked out of bounds at about the 2. Boy, really nice job by Williams around this right side. He really threw a nice block to get that outside corner, and Collins was able to get it around, take it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Nice job by Eric Williams.
All right, the Buffs knocking on the door right now.
Collins straight ahead. I don't think he got it.
No, up to the 1. Second and goal. And it is on the 1-yard line.
Sitting right on the 1. Just Amador, they're just going to run that play 2 more times, I would suggest. They get a good push from their line. You know, Calaveras has not had a lot of success this year stopping, well, anybody.
Anything, yeah.
So I think they're just going to continue to pound it. Collins alone back. Give it to him straight ahead, touchdown.
Walks it in for a TD. Second score for the Buffs.
So Collins takes it in. 7:43 left in the first quarter. And boy, Calaveras is just a little shell-shocked right now.
The wind is out of the sails down here on the. What was that?
Oh, it was a snap that just got kicked right in the line by Griffin. Well, right now, the most important thing for Coach Weatherby, for Calaveras, he needs to get his kids together and say, okay, All right, that was a rough start. Okay, let's hit the rewind button and let's reset and let's stay with our game plan. Okay, we're going to forget about those last 5 minutes that we just played. We're going to hit the rewind. We're going to set. We're okay. We need to stay with what we're doing. We need to start playing good football. He needs to let these kids know that it's okay, because right now they're a little bit shocked. They need to just slow this down and kind of just throw it away, digest it a little bit, and let's just restart over.
All right. Arvizu is back at the 5-yard line.
For the third time already tonight,
Yeah.
we haven't even played 5 minutes. Pretty disappointed at the Amador crowd, though, Jim. My word.
Playing a Mother Lode League championship game would be tonight.
And it's a beautiful night.
Yeah.
There's no weather. I mean, that's not going to be an excuse. Boy, very disappointed on how Amador traveled tonight.
From the 10, here comes a
Well,
fake
they faked
reverse.
the reverse. We're going to try not to fumble it this time. Azuzu kept the ball, brought down about the 32-yard line. So best field position so far tonight for Calaveras.
So Calaveras Redskins will start 1st and 10 from their own 32. Get your 50-50 raffle tickets booked. The raffle benefits our
The worst thing you want to do if you're Calaveras right now is start getting out of what you're good at. You're best at running the football. That's what you need to continue to do. Run the football. There's
Hamilton right side plugged up again.
You know, too many times coaches start panicking in a situation like this, and they try to be something they're not. You know, they've been able to complete a few passes in spot situations, but completion percentage and interception percentage, that isn't something they've done really well. They're best when they're controlling the clock and they're running the football, and they need to stay to that strategy.
All right. Half a yard gain on that play, second and call it 10. Hamilton again cuts back to the right, left, got some room on the outside. Oh, he could have kept going. I think he would have made more yardage. Anyway, good enough for a first down. Gain of about 13 there, Frank.
Wow, that was really nice vision by Hamilton that time. He wanted to come through to the hole over the guard tackle on this left side. Amador had done a good job defensing that. He cut it back up against the grain, and I think you're right, Jim. If he would have stayed to the outside instead of taking that stutter step, he probably had another 5 yards heading to the sideline.
All right, 1st and 10. The ball sits on the 45 of the Redskins. Hamilton right side. Good for 5.
See, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. Coach Weatherby, they're not panicking. They're getting right back in. This is their first real offensive possession where they've had decent field position. They just want to get in a groove. They just want to get in a rhythm a little bit and start feeling a little bit better about themselves, drive the ball down the field, and they're still in this game.
Hamilton on the left side this time. Brings up a third and about 2.5.
Well, Jim, you know, at the beginning of the game, before we started in the pregame, you were talking about the number of carries that Hamilton's had.
200.
And so far, we've seen 200 carries on the year in, 9 games? 8 games?
That's at least 20 a game.
That's a load, and right now we're seeing why. Because he is a guy that can carry that load, and they're gonna use him as long as they can. Fake to the motion,
cut
man.
behind the line by number 36, Dustin Littlefield. Brings up a 4th down with the ball sitting on the 48-yard line. So, get him down in the corner or you go for it. You make the call.
Well, it's 4th down and about 3.5. You know, and I really think this is the right call, Jim, because you know what? In high school football, what are you going to pick up on a punt here as far as net yardage? You know, we talked about that last week a little bit. You know, that coach from Texas that never punts.
They're going to punt. Or they're ready to punt.
Well, they're back in formation. Nobody back for Amador.
That's a good one.
There you go.
On the 5-yard line, just
well, that
about.
defied the odds all the way down to the 6-yard line. Amador's going to have the first long field that they've seen tonight. Let's see what they can do with it.
We were wrong on that one. Hey, do you change your own oil? You know it's illegal to abandon used oil and other hazardous substances. Take your used waste oil and filters to a certified recycling center. For a center near you, call the Amador County Waste Management Team at 223-6429. Again, Amador County Waste Management, that number's 223-6429.
Well, you know, that's one thing about the punt, Jim. The only way it works is that if your defense stands up and you're able to flip the field. Okay, so now Amador's got a long field to go. The defense stands up. They can get a 3 and out here. You flip the field, and all of a sudden Calaveras gets the ball inside the 50, and then they're back in business.
All right, from their own 5.
Oh, nice tackle right there by trying to get a number on that, number 64, I think it was.
64 is Brookshire, one of the captains.
Short gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Littlefield still not in the game. They've still been going with Collins and Madras. Collins a single back. Give to him. Oh, nice job there.
I want to say 54. Is there a 54 there?
Well, it was a nice push by the right side of the defensive line. The right tackle did a good job in standing up his man, and then it left the lane for the linebacker to fill, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want your lineman to control his man, create a lane, and let the linebackers fill, and they did a nice job in doing that.
All right, 3rd down and 7.
So this is exactly what we're talking about. Calaveras gets a stop here, then you flip that field with that punt, get good field position, and you're back in business. Oh, Grunwald's going to take it. We've seen him do. Oh, face mask.
There it came.
Yeah, that was a face mask. Jeez. You know, we've seen Grunwald be very successful with that pitch. What have we seen this year? 2 touchdowns called back because the plays were whistled dead because the refs thought the handoff was through the middle as he was scooting around the left side for a touchdown. He does that real well. That's the first time we've seen him run that tonight.
All right, 1st down for the Buffs right now. The ball on the 23-yard line.
Is that Littlefield in the game? Is he here in the right slot?
I think so.
Coming around this side.
That was
Otto.
Number 1,
First
Otto.
time we've seen him in tonight.
Gains about 1.
I didn't get a number on the defense there. I think it was number 21 they gave the tackle to, Overly.
Overly and Quindy, number 51, I think. Okay, 2nd and 9. Littlefield is in the backfield along with Collins.
Power I formation. They're going to give the first guy through to Collins.
Not much.
Nothing going there. I'm going to say Quindy again was right there on that tackle, number 51.
Got to bring up 3rd down.
All right, 3rd and long, possible passing situation here, so keep your eye on number 24 if he's in.
Well, the only guy they really like to throw it to is Williams. They like to split him way out and run him on that slant.
It's right where he's at.
He's split out all the way to the left. There it is.
Right.
There's the slant. He overthrew him.
Looking right for him, too.
You know, I have to tell you, though, Calaveras saw that play enough that they did a good enough job. The defensive tackle on that side really got into that throwing lane. I mean, the defensive end really got into that throwing lane on that slant. That's what forced him to throw the ball high, and that's why that pass was incomplete, because there was good job by that defensive end.
All right, punting situation for the Buffs.
Because if you watch Amador's offense, that's what they do when they throw. They split Williams out wide. They hit him on that slant. Then they'll try to catch you on a little hitch and go and run you out to the corner.
It's going to be an end-over-end kick if it gets a bounce. 36 with 34.
Oh, he had a little room if he could break one tackle. Drugged down by Hahn.
That's Gonzalez, who has those 20-yard average returns.
Will start 1st and 10.
So, how much time is left on the clock here, Frank? Looks like a minute and
I'm going to
70
call it a
seconds.
minute 17.
Minute 7.
The lights, folks, it looks like a minute 77, but
Yeah.
even I know there's no 7 seconds in a minute.
You're positive.
So we'll do the best we can there. I think it's a minute 17, Jim.
All right.
Straight ahead to Hamilton.
No gain.
Pulled down there. I think it was number 69. That was TJ Sweet.
American Legion Ambulance has been serving Amador County since 1929 for $100 a year, $75 a year if you're an active member of the American Legion. Your household is covered for medically necessary ambulance transports. For details and ticket information, please give the ambulance office a call. That number is 223-2963. Again, Amador Post 108 Ambulance serving Calaveras and Amador counties. Oh, that took a little time to get that. Oh, that was a nifty move by Hamilton to get some positive yardage here before being thrown down to the ground by Littlefield.
I'll tell you what, there were so many good things that happened on Amador's part early in that. Hamilton looked like he wanted to turn it back, and the right side of that defense just caved, and he says, nah, just kidding. I'm coming back this way. And they finally had to come up and stop him after a nice gain.
Looked like
it'll set up a 3rd and 4.
Looked kind of like a merry-go-round there.
Whoop! That's what they call that, whoop!
All right, 3rd and 4.
Inside handoff to Hamilton.
No.
Oh, geez, he's not going to get it.
Hands off to Connor Hamilton. Hit at the line of scrimmage.
Give that to number.
I think that was number 36.
Yeah.
That was Littlefield, Dustin Littlefield. That's the end of the first quarter. And that's going to be
And
4th
with
down
that,
for the Redskins.
End of the quarter, 13-0. Buffs on top. We're going to be back right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Selling